Hey, stuck case. Ooh. It does the knot. Yeah. Made in Bulgaria, imported by Zastava USA. Crazy price tag, made by a not so popular builder. The exclusive dealer of these things is Classic Firearms, and if you missed it, you really should go check out the Classic Firearms video on these. If you're into AKs and AK culture, it will make you cringe because they're definitely trying to pander, which is always kind of weird when they do that. And instead of me getting our resident AK guy to come in here and wear a Ushanka and talk to you about AKs, you're just gonna have to make do with me. So let's talk about the Red Star Ordnance BSR47. Hey everyone, this is just a friendly reminder that Kalash Bash 2026 tickets are currently available. We still have very few sub-gun competition tickets, so if you're seeing this video and I'm saying it, there's a few left and they probably will not survive the weekend. We have plenty of general admission for those of you that want to come out and hang out with us for 3 days. Go to the campsite, we have some camp passes, and all of you guys will have access to a prize table in excess of $120,000 in various prizes, guns, accessories, ammo, trips, build classes, all kinds of cool stuff on the prize table. If you do end up camping, we have plenty of showers and bathrooms, all climate controlled, a big bonfire, we have food and drinks all served out there, and of course, a free concert, and we give away the majority of all of the prizes on stage to all of you guys. Kalash Bash is really a place for you to come out and fully immerse yourself in AK culture and meet some lifelong friends. I hope we see you all there very soon. So what do you get in the box of an almost 1,200 chicken nugget gun? Well, let's just see. There is a gun in plastic wrap, a couple of brochures, Magpul mag. It's 922R, so they're always gonna include an American mag. It counts for a few of the parts. If you don't know what 922R is, Google it. And well, there's the proof in the pudding. So everyone speculated that these were ISD Bulgarian builds, and they absolutely are. This is probably, yes, reminding you to register your gun for its 12-month warranty. That's exactly what that is. This is interesting. Those look exactly like, well, they obviously are, those old ISD 74s. If you guys have an AK Files account, Zach Schaefer, who is Brandon Herrera's lead gunsmith, actually started a forum, a thread about demilling one of these ISD 74s and talking about how they weren't using the proper swell neck rivets. The barrel was populated a little weird, like not the same way Arsenal Bulgaria would, which was odd because it looked like an original Arsenal barrel, which is kind of what ISD is known for. Let me go ahead and get the gun out of the bag and we'll talk a little bit more about ISD. There's not a lot of good information about it, but what is out there is a little interesting. So these were marketed as Bulgarian-made AKMs, which they certainly are. And oh my God, friends don't let friends put Magpul furniture on AKs. Gross. We'll fix that, I promise. And it seems like Classic Firearms has some kind of exclusivity with selling these things. But what's even more interesting is that they're imported by Zastava USA. The day that these were announced, everyone just did a little Googling and found out that Red Star Ordnance has the same address as Zastava USA. If so facto, they're brought in by Zastava USA. I'm assuming Red Star Ordnance is just another LLC, another company that they opened using the same FFL. I'm not really sure how that works, but it's the same building. Before I show you up close, we have to talk about what ISD actually is just a little bit. I'm no expert on ISD. I have limited knowledge, but I know a little. And what I do know is it is not Arsenal, but apparently ISD Bulgaria was set up originally with like old leftover worn out, I don't want to say worn out, used tooling and machinery from Arsenal, Bulgaria, and set up shop, and apparently was even using like either overrun, leftover, used machine guns that were chopped up into parts kits, a bunch of leftover stuff from Arsenal, Bulgaria. They were then remanufacturing all of this on other receivers for like commercial and local ownership. As far as I can tell, ISD kind of has a mixed bag of how people feel about them. Some people on the files say ISD made some good, I think for the most part, people refer to ISD as like maybe good, maybe shit. Like some stuff was okay, some stuff was just not good. They're importing these things with a tack welded on thread protector, pretty common. All you're gonna do is take a Dremel, remove that little weld. There's threads under there, and you can see your little detent still works. You have a way to keep a cleaning rod. Why these companies don't sell these things with cleaning rods, I'll never know, especially for what this thing costs. It should have a cleaning rod. Any AK that anyone is selling that has a way to hold one, include it. They can't cost 20 bucks. I mean, include the damn cleaning rod, dude. 45 degree AKM gas block, regular AKM gas tube, very gross Magpul furniture, 1,000 meter sights. The safety is quite stiff. We'll take care of that. I've felt stiffer, but it is pretty dang stiff. Before we go any further, I'm gonna get rid of this Magpul furniture. It just looks pretty ugly, and we're even gonna cut off that thread protector, expose those 14x1 threads, put a muzzle device on it, and I'll even put a cleaning rod in it. I just can't stand looking at it like this. It's so terrible. Bam, a little bit of wood goes a long way on an AK, man. A little bit of surplus, weight amount of dot, and muzzle device, should have came with it. And look, a cleaning rod. So gun definitely is not as cringeworthy to look at now without all the black plastic furniture. So let's get into how I set it up, what I changed, what I didn't change. While I did change it, I noticed a lot of stuff. Some things you guys will like, some things you absolutely will not like. I didn't like it. Let me show you how we have it kitted out, and then I'll point out a lot of the things I noticed along the way working on it that we have to talk about in this video. Real quick, I was disassembling this thing, and I didn't catch this before, but look at this Magpul handguard. That is a non-standard sling loop. Look how big that sling loop is. I never noticed it outside. Yeah, they actually are hand trimming and hand fitting these MOE handguards. So there's your barrel on the inside. Looks like there's an 1126 stamped on there, and what looks like HS product HR 11464B.BF. That looks to be the only stamping on the barrel. Never seen that stamping before. Maybe someone in the comments has. So right off the bat, you can see that we have a muzzle device now. I got rid of the thread protector. It really wasn't a muzzle nut that's threaded on and welded in place. It was literally just a sleeve that they slipped over the threads, tacked welded in place. I just took a cutoff wheel on my Dremel, cut it down until it fell off, and probably should put a little cold blue on that to keep it from rusting, but it was super easy. But still sucks that I had to find a muzzle device for this thing, but it's an AKM. It should have a 45 degree break. We've got some others that we're gonna try, but for right now, OG. And a cleaning rod. Look how much better the front end of this AK looks with a cleaning rod. Look, they look so dumb with all the mounting points just exposed, hanging off the barrel. All those points kind of look pointless when there's no cleaning rod in there. We're not running the factory gas tube. It's the only really factory part that I'm not running right now because I want to put a dot on this gun in this video, so had to whip out the Ultimac again. This thing's been on several AKs and several videos, and just a tried and true method of mounting dots. Below we got some Romanian wood, dude. This was a dong that's been chopped into a shark fin, and what's really cool, you got a little trench art there, you got a little trench art there. Morella. Yeah, some dude's mom's name, wife, girlfriend, sister, something. Who knows? I've always loved this lower handguard with that trench art, but definitely changes the look of this AK and gives us a forward grip. The factory trigger, honestly, wasn't bad, so I'm going to leave it in there. I wanted to keep all those core components the same since we're going to dump a ton of rounds through it. We did have to tune the safety. The safety was extremely difficult to actuate. You can see here it's very easy. Bending it did not do the trick. So we've seen in other videos where we actually have to take this out and Dremel the backside where it actually rubs into your receiver here. If I can remember, I'll get a picture and I'll show you. That's what we had to do to loosen this up. Bending it doesn't always do the trick. It seems like with these cheaper AKs, the safety really pinches the receiver way too hard back here. And bending it honestly can kind of make it worse. So you have to get out the Dremel, which is common for AKs, and was definitely the case for this one. I had one of these random rubber grips from Meridian. It's green. I don't know if I love the look on this gun, but I didn't have any other color, so yeah, I think the grip angle's great. It feels good. I'm usually not a rubber grip guy, but this one ain't bad. And the greatest stock to ever come out for the AK, the regular ass AKM wood stock. Amazing for iron sights. They look good, and of course, we need to call this the trench art channel. It's got a little trench art. I think it's someone else's name. Mariana. 2 chicks' names. This dude was a player, man. Other than that, I didn't change out anything. All the internals are the same. We do have a dot we're going to try out. We are going to suppress this thing. So yeah, and a different muzzle device. We're going to try a brake to see if we can tame recoil. We have not shot a single round through this gun, but I want to tell you, when I was disassembling it and reassembling, there were some things that definitely jumped out to me that were just not good. So this hole for this screw is not countersunk. So you can't even put a surplus screw to hold a surplus stock in. Otherwise, your recoil rod can't overcome it and hold your dust cover down. Show you what I'm talking about. This is an actual AKM fixed stock trunnion. You see the hole is bigger and it's countersunk to fit a wood screw. This is not. So surplus furniture sets and screws, sure, the furniture will fit, but the screws won't work in that hole. Even that one should be a little countersunk. So yeah, that sucks. Now the most interesting thing, I would say probably the worst thing so far, is the bolt. When I took the bolt out of the carrier, I instantly noticed that this bolt is either A, used from another gun, re-headspaced to this gun, or it was coated, blued, and then headspaced after the fact and done some sort of tuning. I know that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna show you the close-ups, but it looks like it was blued. Nothing else on this gun is blued, so it kind of stood out. And there was definitely polishing and grinding done after the coating process. So don't know if that was a head spacing thing. Maybe they cherry picked this thing and realized, oh shit, we should probably tune this bolt a little bit. I don't know, but take a look at it, and I'm gonna compare it to an Arsenal bolt from Bulgaria, also in 7.62. It looks like there's tooling swirls on the face of the bolt where your free floated firing pin comes through. I'm just now noticing this like weird casting mark, that little nipple right there on your extractor. So I'm just gonna show you another Bulgarian bolt. This is an Arsenal SLR-107. This has to be, I'd say 7,000 to 10,000 rounds, but look at the extractor. Look at that extractor. This is where your fixed ejector glides through. Still kind of looks brand new. This gun has not been fired. And it's got like filed, look at that, that's clearly filed. Not filed, filed. Man, weird. And it sure feels like, I know sometimes this can be done for head spacing, that these locking lugs have been lapped a little bit and polished over, probably to fix head spacing. I can't really think of anything else. I mean, that's not a big deal, I guess. Looks bad. That's, I don't know what the hell that is. So one thing I was trying to just confirm to myself, are these like leftover Arsenal parts? I mean, these bolts are so wildly different. Maybe someone else can tell me in the comments, but I don't know. Maybe they are actually making this bolt, because it is very, very different from my Arsenal 7.62 bolt, like really different. I mean, even the hole for the firing pin's completely different, free floated, spring loaded, and the interior hole's a lot smaller on this one. Just such an interesting bolt, but the bolt's the one thing that kind of threw me for a loop with the really bad filing and clearly maybe correcting headspace after it was blued. And the front has been lapped, no doubt about it. Tooling's a little rough right there and down there, but I've seen a hell of a lot worse. I'm sure it'll work fine. But you guys see what I mean? Like, the carrier looks brand new, solid black coating. This bolt is like blued, looks really worn, has all of those hand polishing deals. It's just, I don't know. It like clearly stands out on the carrier. So far, everything has kind of just been cosmetic, but there's even more. If we look at the rivets here that hold the extension from your trunnion to the receiver, on the inside of the gun, these rivets are pretty gross looking. I think any AK builder would see that and go, man, not uniform at all, not flat, not even. Both sides have a really good fingernail to them, and I'm sure it will still hold. I'm sure it will be fine. But just that finish work with those rivets is so bad, it instantly caught my eye, and I thought, man, that just looks really, really bad. Overall, the rivets on the rest of the gun, I would say, look fine. At least I can't see anything wrong with them. They're, you know, they all seem totally domed. Everything looks okay. The receiver's not bent and warped from like over smashing. It all looks okay to me. But again, I'm not a gunsmith. I just take things at face value, and those look okay. So I guess the final thing I'm going to point out is the trunnion, just kind of the way it looks. It is not standard AKM. It's just without a doubt, this gun is just without a doubt, before we've even taken a single shot out of it, a clear commercial grade AK. They're not really trying very hard to make it like a true AKM. Now, I feel like I've been totally negative in this video. This gun still could be really good. It could shoot well, it could group well, it could suppress well. But without a doubt, it feels and looks like it should be in the Pioneer Arms Riley Defense category of price. But it's not. It's more expensive than a Wasser. So let's just go ahead and start shooting it. I guess we'll start off with just dumping a few rounds. We are using Grom ammo. The ammo is really bad overall for the most part. And in the 500 rounds that I loaded, there were several where the projectile was pushed way deep into the case. So hopefully we don't have any issues, but if we do, could be ammo related. The ammo hasn't been that great. But I just want to dump with this thing a little bit and I guess see if the irons are zeroed. I will say the irons on this gun are very straight, which is not super common for imports. They are very straight, really straight, honestly. But are they zeroed? We'll see if it works and if it hits. I would say elevation's good, windage is a little left, but it's on steel at 25. Well, the good news is it does AK things and it shoots. Recoil is about what you would expect out of a 30 cal gun. I think it's properly gassed. I didn't actually see where those casings were going. 12 feet away, 15 feet away. About the same spot. Seems properly gassed. Zeroed enough. And it's working so far. I think we just need to dump a couple of mags. Seems like the right thing to do. Very tight mag well. Pretty good ejection, honestly. Trigger ain't bad. Still get stuck a little. Surprised they left that in the classic firearms video. But yeah. This happens to a lot of AKs with factory triggers because the hammer has these humps that can actually make the bolt stick in the rear position. Not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of AKs do it. A lot of people will polish those hammer faces. When people see that, though, and they don't know, they think the gun's trash. And I guess it's just a lack of refinement. It's definitely not something they're going to do at this price point, which this gun should be several $100s cheaper. It's not like Riley and Pioneer are going in there and like hand polishing on their hammer faces so that the bolt doesn't get stuck. This gun's no different. But typically, with a lot of rounds, it polishes itself. Or if you want to skip that process, just hit it with a flappy paddle sanding disc on your Dremel and you're good to go. JMac RRD 4C brake. Chinese flatback. Not as tight as some other mags have been. All right, let's feel this recoil mitigation if there is any. Yeah, it definitely feels a little softer. It could change the impact a little bit. Honestly, can't happen. Yeah, big difference. Ooh, man, I forget why I don't like Ultimax. It's so hot. I know what you're thinking. I've been thinking it too. How about one that holds 29 rounds in a long mag? ALG, but it gets the freaking job done. What are we at so far? 4, 5, 29 rounders, the short mags, 1 29 rounder with a long mag. No problem so far. Hit. 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 Miss. 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 Hit. 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 So as we approach 100 yards, like I say, we're at about 75. You can really see the group is at least the size of my hand, but when we did hit, we were keeping everything in that box. We dropped one. There were a few that we missed. I'm assuming they went left just a little bit, but I mean, like, it's an AK shooting super trash ammo. I could hit what I was aiming at, but yeah, that ammo sucks. You know, that definitely does not suck. That is about as perfect as concentricity can get. Very rare win for an imported AK. All right, been waiting for this moment. Zastava Zvuk on the Bulgarian import, shooting some ammo that might be corrosive. This might be a very bad idea, but hey man, I didn't pay for it. Okay, I wouldn't say this gun was overgassed without the can. This is PIP 3D printed, so it is a little down on back pressure, but still has a little. And I tightened the piss out of it, and we did. I'm gonna keep telling myself, you checked it for concentricity, so I'm gonna let Jesus take the wheel and hope it doesn't hurt the can. Wow, you know what? Very nice. I would say the same recoil impulse, if not a Kunter lighter. Still hitting steel. Ooh, let's try to double tap steel. Oh yeah. Nice. Man, I can't say enough about this Zvuk suppressor. It just feels so good, and it's so light. Such a light ass can, dude. Gotta check it. Are we still tight? Yes. I tightened the piss out of it with that tool that they give you. Yeah, man. So, decent suppressor host. This would still benefit from a K&S piston. Why don't we shoot it offhand a little bit? But man, freaking Battlefield 6 loadout. This trigger really isn't bad, and just wanted to see if it smoothed out over time. Hey, stuck case. That sounded not good either. So one thing that worries me about this Grom ammo are the squibs. We have a stuck case. If I didn't have that cleaning rod and this is bad, I might not be able to get it out of there. Let's try to get it out the old-fashioned way. Got it out, actually just reseated the extractor claw and mortared it on the ground, and it came out, so I didn't have to take the can off. But now we need to see if we can see down that barrel. I see light. We are good. All right. Done that enough for YouTube. You know, honestly, pretty decent little suppressor host. I'm just glad that my hetero life partner's here today.
Playing bookie or hooky, right?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So, everybody already knows what this is. You probably already introduced it. So these are my first shots through it. And we are shooting Grom, right?
Yep. Bottom of the barrel.
All right, Grom. Look, I brought a timer.
Damn, legit.
Yeah, here we go. Not bad. see if I can hit that little guy back there. Nope. Woo! That was it.
I keep saying in this video, it's doing AK things as it should.
Yeah, it didn't feel bad. It didn't feel overgassed. I saw. Oh, there it is. Woo.
Very nice.
It doesn't feel bad. No, it doesn't feel bad.
How did that happen?
I don't know, dude. Help me.
Can we hit that little baby one?
Man, I couldn't hit it, dude. Let's see.
Did that mag well feel tight to you?
It did. Oh, shit.
Ooh.
So where did you aim?
At it?
At it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
One's good enough. Hit, 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 hit.
woo! Woo, there you go.
3.3. 269.
269.
That was all of it?
15 shots and 234.
Damn.
Damn. Man, it feels like an AK.
Okay. We are going to just straight up dump the last 100 rounds. That puts us well over 500. So I brought 500. Rodrigo stuffed another couple of mags of brass case, another couple of mags of his Grom. That's probably going to put us at, I don't know, 600?
Yeah, 600.
600 rounds in a day.
Yeah.
Other than that Grom stuck case, which it does a lot on other guns, no malfunctions. I don't want to come off as a shill, but it's actually shot really well. You ready to hose?
I'm ready.
Here we freaking go, dude. Watch it have a problem now.
Woo.
There goes the dot! Ejectocito the dot.
The dot. Well, let's see if those irons are on. How about that?
Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot. Oh, dude. The mount's still there.
Oh, shit.
I guess all the screws loosened.
The screws got busted, dude.
Should we chunk it one time?
Sure.
One time.
All right, one time.
All right. Hopefully it don't hurt any of the stuff I don't want to hurt. Yeah.
What fell off?
I broke my stock.
Oh, shit, dude. Damn.
I loved that stock. There's my
Damn.
screw
The one screw that worked.
and the cross pin. That's actually how they hold these together.
Oh, damn.
Hold on, I'll fix it. It's okay.
We can just duct tape it, bro.
Very Somali pirate now. What can we say about this thing today now? I said it at the beginning of the video. I think it's pretty cut and dry. AK should work that well. I would expect any AK to do everything this thing's done today. I would say the big bonus is it's got a really concentric bore and thread, so it was easy to suppress, which is cool. Most people that are buying this probably won't be suppressing it. Most people that buy entry level or like bottom tier AKs are not suppressing them, but it is cool to know that it can handle it. I said at the beginning of the video, even if this gun does good, which it has, am I right? It's done really well today. It's at a weird price point. I mean, this thing, once all taxes and shipping and whatever you're gonna end up paying all come together, I think it's gonna be close to 12. I would say this is about an 1100 chicken nugget gun. And if you were to compare that to other guns, at like 650 chicken nuggets, you're in Pioneer Arms. If you spend like 800 chicken nuggets, you get into Riley. You spend 1100 elsewhere, like you're gonna spend on this, you're well within Wasser range. Honestly, a Wasser, I've seen them below 1K lately, not everywhere, not all the time. And then you start to get into M70 range around the 11 to 1200 chicken nugget. And then by that point, you're pretty close to WBP. So this gun, having no optic rail, not having a factory muzzle device, no cleaning rod, and having all the rough stuff that we showed you, the weirdness going on with the bolt, the carrier really being difficult to get back in, tight magwell, those really questionable rivets that hold the trunnion extension, not worth it. So even though the gun did great today, 1100 chicken nuggies makes absolutely no sense. I would rather have a Wasser that has an optic rail. Even if the Wasser doesn't come with a cleaning rod, they're pretty easy to find and cheap. I don't know. To me, this gun just feels and looks like it's in the same category as like Riley and Pioneer Arms. And I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing. Those are entry-level guns at an entry-level price. This is like Wasser territory. It just doesn't make sense to buy this over a Wasser. It really doesn't. Anyway, I really don't know what else to say about it. The gun did great. I would say flawless today. We had absolutely no issues. The Grom did what Grom does and had a stuck chamber. But the gun did great. Rodrigo seemed to have no problems with it. We pulled off a 2.6 second reload with it, which is fast for any AK. The trigger seems to be pretty good, actually. And the sights were fairly on out of the box. They're maybe a little bent now that we chunked it. So I don't really know what else to say about it, man. It's just one of those weird things where I want to really like it. If this were, we said it off camera, if this were like a $700 chicken nugget gun, I would say it's good, buy it. I would still complain about it not having an optic rail because the Pioneer and the Riley stuff, you get optic rails. I think that is such a huge bonus to have on an AK, is an optic rail. Anyway, that's really all I have for you. So the Red Star Ordnance, weird gun at a weird price. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Very reliable so far. Anyway, I really don't know what else to say. I guess we'll see you next time. Yeah, that looks smooth.
573.
Man, those splits though.